Hi, this is Dr. Nikitow. I want to talk to you this time about degenerative joint disease, or what we typically call arthritis. I want to kind of focus on the neck area because it's really important you understand that it's not an old age disease, it is a disease of misalignment. So if we take a look at what the normal spine would look like, say in the neck, this is very important. We've got this big head sitting on this little wet noodle over here called a neck, okay? So this big, bowling ball type of thing called our head weighs about 12 to 16 pounds. And it has to distribute its weight between each bone in the spine. So when we look at the neck, it should have an arc in it. Just like when we see it on an x-ray, it should have an arc that measures an angle of about 42 degrees. The point is that that arc is lost. What happens is these discs won't carry the weight properly, and as a result of that, they will begin to wear out. So in arthritis, this arc is very, very important and very necessary for the discs to be open in the front. And as soon as there's a trauma, or we're looking at computers so much, that what happens is the neck begins to come forward. The head weight actually becomes more like 60 pounds to these discs. And right in the center, the physics changes. Instead of the weight being distributed between each bone, it starts to land right in the center. And what happens is those discs have a jelly on the inside, so that it takes too much load, and over time, the jelly begins to leak. And as the body senses that, it starts to put more bone in the area, hence that's arthritis. Now, the word arthritis means inflammation in the joint. Itis means inflammation, arthur means joint. Okay, so basically what you're getting is chronic inflammation. But it gets worse, because what happens is it will go through different stages. In the first phase, what we see when the neck is out of alignment, there's overcompression on the discs, okay? And then in the earlier stages of arthritis, what tends to happen is the discs begin to wear out, and now the body starts to put more bone in those areas, and that bone starts to spread out into the spinal cord. So when we look at studies of MRIs done on the neck, we can see that in this particular case, the bone is actually pushing this way, the spur, as well as out here. So it grows more like one of those concrete blocks when we're building a deck. It flares out in the bottom. But the problem is when it starts to get this bad, that bone or spur pushes into the spinal cord, and what happens is it begins to pinch the spinal cord. That's called spinal stenosis. And when you get to that stage, you're in big trouble, because you usually need neck surgery. So to avoid a neck surgery, one of the things that's really important is that you get your spine put back into the proper alignment, because if it's not in the proper alignment, it's just like a car wheel. A car wheel has to have movement, and it has to have weight bearing, okay? If the wheel's knocked out of alignment, you don't know it, because there's no symptom yet. There's no squeak, there's no grinding, there's no anything. This is why we recommend everybody gets their spines checked for their posture and their alignment, because you don't know what's happening. I had a patient that just came in the other day. She didn't even have pain in her neck, and she had a neck like an 85-year-old, and she was only in her late 40s. Okay, so biologically, her age was much worse in that area. And I told her, I says, if you don't get this curve back in your neck to distribute the weight, the arthritis is going to keep going, and eventually it's going to pinch into your spinal cord. Your arms are going to start going numb, your hands are going to go numb or tingly. You're going to have all sorts of problems, and then it becomes irreparable, where you have to go to a surgeon and have all those things taken care of by surgery. And surgeries are delicate, and they're kind of things you got to be cautious about. So just like a wheel out of alignment, over time, it's going to wear and tear until finally you get the symptom, and you get grinding and all that breaking down. Well, a surgeon can even go in and repair those areas, just like putting a new bearing or an axle in a car, but you still have to make sure you put the wheel back in alignment. So in arthritis, it's really, really important you understand that you could be getting arthritis in your neck, in your middle or lower back, in your spine, in your joints, and you don't even know you're getting it, because you don't have the symptom yet. It can take years to get symptoms from arthritis, but it comes from misalignment. So one of the things I recommend to everyone is to get your spine and posture checked. If you're interested in doing that, call our office, 303-773-8027. Visit us on our website, nikitowchiropractic.com or denvertechchiro.com. We have 2 domains. Like us on Facebook. Share this information with people if you know that they have arthritis, and they can come in and get a checkup, and we'll be more than happy to take a look at them and see what the problems are. We'll be taking x-rays. We'll identify the issues and the problems, and then we'll put them on a program or put you on a program to fix the problem, not just treat the symptom, but actually fix the alignment of the spine. And we'll show you before and after x-rays so you know that it's been fixed, and that way the arthritis will be arrested or slow it down to a snail's pace, so that way you can live a happy life with a lot of health and wellness.